Hello, coolers. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on the latest stories. We start with right back Sergino Dest, as it has been reported that Barcelona have offered a young defender to several clubs, but the player have refused to leave. We are going to be discussing on that report as we move ahead. Then secondly, talking about this report from Fabrizio Romano about Frenkie de Jong, claiming that de Jong does not want to leave Barcelona, nor does he want to reduce his salary. We are going to be discussing on that. So guys, as we get right into it, please do ensure to subscribe, turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Give the video a like and make sure to watch the video right up to the very end. With Barcelona close to wrapping up the signing of Jules Koundé from Sevilla, the focus is likely to shift towards player exit in the coming weeks, as it will be key for the club to clear out unwanted stars and free up space from the wage roster. As many as 7 first-team players could be ushered out of the doors once Barca return from their pre-season tour to the US, and it seems like there may be another name getting added to the list, as the Athletic reports that Barcelona are open to selling Sergino Dest and have offered the right back to several clubs already this summer. The Amsterdam-born defender joined Barca in the summer of 2020 from Ajax, but has failed to nail down a spot in the starting 11, be it under former boss Koeman or now under Xavi. It has previously been suggested that the Barcelona head coach is happy to sanction an exit for the young defender, and it seems like Barca have been making efforts to do just that by offering Sergino Dest's services to several clubs across Europe. However, as per the report, Sergino Dest has no desire to leave Barcelona and wants to stay put at the Camp Nou. Injuries have hampered Dest's development and progress over the past couple of seasons, and he wants to stay and succeed at the club. So, despite Barcelona offering his services to other clubs, the former Ajax defender is likely to stay put at the Camp Nou beyond this summer. With Dani Alves departing and the club encountering complications in pursuit of Cesar Azpilicueta, Dest has a real shot at nailing down the right-back slot for himself. Whether the US men's national team star grabs this opportunity and secures his long-term future at Camp Nou remains to be seen. It has been a while we spoke about Sergino Dest's future at Barcelona, because all this while it seems like Xavi have been counting on the player, because nothing have been spoken about his future, if it's uncertain or something like that. And now we're getting reports of Barcelona trying to offer the player services to several clubs in Europe, even though the report did not give those teams that have been showing interest. But Sergino Dest does not want to leave. Of course, Sergino Dest is still a valuable player to the team, and from what I see, he's a guy who keeps developing, and he needs time and patience. And I think he has been improving lately so much, especially when Xavi took over since last November. Xavi came and admitted to the media that there are some certain things that he likes Sergino Dest to improve on, and he even went as far as ordering his coaching staff to take Sergino Dest to some tactical training, and of course, enable him to know many things about Xavi's style of play, which I think we started seeing some differences when the player returned from injury. I mean, I still think he's still young, and of course, even though he needs to deliver, he's improving bit by bit. So at the end of the day, the player does not want to depart, and I think he has the right to say so. Definitely, we know Dani Alves left Barcelona after just 6 months. Barca failed to renew his contract, and now we just have Sergino Dest and Sergio Roberto being the natural right backs in our team. So why do you think Sergino Dest will not be optimistic that he can nail that place to be his own? Of course, Roberto is not that effective in that position. Roberto is not the Roberto of some years back. Roberto's contract was extended for just 1 year, and it even came as a shock to many Barca fans. Why did Barca resign or extended Roberto's contract after seeing how Roberto have fallen down the pecking order in the past couple of seasons? So Sergino Dest, as I said earlier, is still a good player, even though he has not reached a level that a Barca right back should be. but I think he must have learned a lot from veteran Dani Alves in his short time at Barca, and there are many things that he needs to improve on. But with manager Xavi, knowing fully well that Sergino Dest has his own flaws, I think Xavi is perfectly placed to know how to bring Sergino Dest, how to mold the player up to live up to his full potential and to become a top right back in the near future. Then on to the next story of discussion. Why Barcelona's transfer window so far has been largely successful, they have been finding it really hard to clear out players from the squad, which is necessary for them to free up space on the wage bill and register new players. The Catalans have thus made it a priority to get rid of unwanted stars as soon as they return from pre-season tour in the United States. And among the players who Barca wish to get rid of is midfielder Frenkie de Jong. The Netherlands international has been a permanent fixture in the midfield since joining Barca in 2019, but has failed to reach the level expected of him, and given the massive contract he is on, offloading him would help the club make room on the payroll for new arrivals. But despite Barcelona's insistence on offloading Frenkie de Jong has no intentions of leaving the Camp Nou at the moment, according to Fabrizio Romano. The reliable journalist insists that Frenkie de Jong loves the city of Barca. He's happy at the club and wants to keep playing under Xavi Hernandez, which is why he's not even contemplating the possibility of an exit this summer. In such a scenario, the Blaugrana plan to ask the young to take a significant pay cut in order to accommodate new players, new arrivals on their wage roster without breaching La Liga's financial fair play rules. However, as per Fabrizio Romano, the former Ajax player does not plan on reducing his wages either and intends to continue on his current contract itself, which would be an issue for the club. As things stand, Barcelona already owe Frenkie de Jong a substantial amount in deferred wage payments after he agreed to reduce his salary in the past couple of seasons. Asking the player to forgo more of his salary is such a situation, that does not reflect well on the club. However, the economic conditions are such that they are in need of reining in their wages and adhering to a stricter policy, which with regards to contracts. Romano also confirms Barcelona and Manchester United had an agreement already worth 85 million euros deal for the player, for De Jong, which is still valid up to now. However, the player reluctant to alter his stance on leaving or reducing his wages, it remains to be seen how the club plans to tackle with the situation. It's really shocking and surprising to see this report after yesterday's reports were coming out saying that Frenkie de Jong have accepted a wage cut that he will stay, and after positive talks with manager Xavi. But from all indications, that seems not to be the case, as Frenkie de Jong does not want to accept any wage cut. He wants to stay put at Barcelona. He believes that Xavi is the best manager to bring the best out of him. So definitely, it's going to be interesting to see how this Frenkie de Jong saga ends. Manchester United, by the way, are still hunting the player. They have not still given up on Frenkie, but even though many people see it as already a lost cause for Manchester United, but the player is still insisting that he wants to stay, and neither will even take a pay cut. So we know Frenkie de Jong is being owed a huge sum of money. Barcelona, to be honest, are not that too fair when it comes to Frenkie de Jong because he has made some sacrifices, huge sacrifices for this club. But at the end of the day, it seems as though they just want him to keep reducing his salary. Definitely, we know it's not his fault that the club are right now, but he has sacrificed a lot. And I know it's hard to take. He has every right to say no. He has every right to say yes to Barca. I will take a pay cut. But for the meantime, they can't force him because it is his right. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time. Bye-bye.